Alright, so my race motor's all taken apart. 108 cc's of carnage. So you can see the Takigawa special clutch there. Pretty cool, mounts the clutch on the transmission instead of the crankshaft. So the only weight that's on the crankshaft is this. Well, and the flywheel on the other side, of course. So let's see what we got here. Cylinder and the piston both look fine, but the camshaft is showing some wear because after I hit that rock, I kept riding. I checked it for any leaks. After about 30 seconds, I didn't see anything, so I kept riding. It was a slow leak, believe it or not, even though that crack looks pretty bad. It wasn't until about 10 minutes later the motor started running funny, and then I took a closer look and I could see oil dripping, and I shut it off and walked it back. But you can sort of see the scratches there on the camshaft. You can see the rocker arms, the tips are a little bit dark in there from getting real hot, so I'm probably going to need a new pair of those. But amazingly, nothing else was damaged. I shut it off soon enough after it started running funny. Piston looks perfect. I mean, looks no different from last time I had it apart. You can see there, I mean, it looks pretty good. Normal wear for as many hours as it has. So now I need to get a gasket set, a new camshaft, and a new case. A new set of CRF50 cases. This is well, anything that's CDI, because these are CDI cases. Even though it's a Z50R that originally came with points, I'm using a CDI motor and CDI cases. Now I'm fairly cheap. I don't really like spending money if I don't have to. I don't have any CDI cases. All I have are cases from an '84 Z50R, the original ones from that bike. So how am I going to make that work in a CDI motor? Well, actually, the left side case is perfectly fine. All I need is the right side case. So over here, these are stock '84 Z50R cases, and they're mostly the same. The only difference is that on the CDI motors, this bolt hole is straight through. There's no threads. See there? No threads. But on the points motor, it's threaded. The points motor uses a bolt here to pull the left case into the right case with threads in there, and then it uses another bolt through the clutch cover to pull the clutch cover onto this case. The CDI motors use one long bolt that goes through the clutch cover, through this case, and into there, which is threaded. And then you can see there's no place for a bolt on the left case on these CDI motors. So I should be able to convert this to pretty much the same as the CDI case just by drilling all these threads out with a 1/4" drill bit. And I know you're not really supposed to mix and match cases that weren't, built together, but I'm cheap. I'm just going to use, I don't think it'll cause any leaks, and we're going to run it and we're going to see what happens with my converted cases. Now, if this was the left case that had cracked, I'd have all sorts of problems, because the left case is very different between the CDI motors and the points motors. This shape here is different. They have different cutouts and stuff around here for the ignition modules. Now if I leave this case assembled, I'll be able to drill it through from the side that's already open, and the other case, the left side, will act as a guide so I can make sure that this hole is drilled straight. My drill bit's not long enough, even when I have it almost to the end of the chuck here. So I have no choice but to drill it freehand and do my best. So there's a hole drilled all the way through, no more threads. So let's take this apart and clean it all up. Out with the old, in with the new. No cracks. Alright, so here's what I ordered from Honda Trail Bikes. Got myself a new intake boot. The old one is actually dry rotted, so that's not related to that crash. Set of gaskets, obviously just a top end gasket set there, but obviously need gaskets, and a shiny new camshaft. to replace this cord one that I have. So let's start putting this motor back together.
Done. That was fast. Let's go for a ride.